The rise and fall of great empires. Throughout human history, civilizations have risen from dust, and returned to it. The Roman Empire, 27 BC, 476 AD. From the banks of the Tiber River rose one of the mightiest civilizations in history, Rome. Though the Eastern Empire, Byzantium, continued for centuries. The Mongol Empire, 1206 to 1368. From the cold steppes of Central Asia came a storm like no other. Because the empire was so big, trade along the Silk Road became very popular and safe. At its peak, the Mongol Empire stretched from China to Europe, over 24 million square kilometers. Genghis Khan's grandson, Kublai Khan, took over the empire and became the ruler of China, starting the Yuan dynasty. Led by Genghis Khan, the Mongols forged the largest land empire in history. They rode fast horses, used brilliant military tactics, and united warring tribes under one banner. But after Genghis Khan's death, the empire split into smaller khanates, eventually fading away. The Ottoman Empire, 1299 to 1922. In 1299, a Turkish warrior named Osman I founded the Ottoman Empire. From a small state in Anatolia, it grew into a superpower under Suleiman the Magnificent. The Ottomans conquered Constantinople in 1453, renaming it Istanbul, marking the end of the Byzantine Empire. For 6 centuries, the Ottomans ruled 3 continents, blending cultures of Europe, Asia, and Africa. The official language was Turkish, though many minority languages were spoken. The empire was on the losing side of World War I, which led to its final collapse and dissolution in 1922, giving birth to modern Turkey. The British Empire, 1600s, 1997. They called it, the empire on which the sun never sets. The British Empire began with trade and colonization, first in India, then across Africa, Asia, and the Americas. By the 19th century, Britain ruled over a quarter of the world's population. But the winds of change came after 2 world wars. The British Empire's rule in India, known as the British Raj, lasted from 1858 to 1947. The British built a massive railway network, the 4th largest in the world by 1909, and canals for irrigation. They also established universities, such as the University of Calcutta in 1857. British India included the regions that are now India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, and for a time, Myanmar, Burma, was also part of it. Independence movements spread, and by 1997, with Hong Kong's return to China, the British Empire officially ended. Yet its influence remains in language, law, and global culture. The Chinese dynasties and empire, 221 BC, 1912 AD. In the east, another empire was born, China. The Qin dynasty, led by Emperor Qin Shi Huang, unified the warring states in 221 BC, building the first version of the Great Wall. Over 2 millennia, powerful dynasties like Han, Tang, Ming, and Qin ruled vast territories with art, invention, and philosophy. During this period, China invented paper, printing, gunpowder, the compass, and the kite. The Silk Road was established, and Confucianism became the official state ideology. The Qin dynasty's efforts to standardize weights, measures, currency, and the writing system laid the foundation for future development. The empire ended in 1912, replaced by the Republic of China, but its history remains one of the longest continuous civilizations in the world. The Maurya and Mughal empires, India. In India, empires flourished long before modern times. The Maurya Empire, 321 to 185 BC, led by Chandragupta Maurya and Ashoka the Great, united the subcontinent under a rule of governance and peace. Centuries later came the Mughal Empire, 1526 to 1857, founded by Babur, a descendant of Genghis Khan. The Mughals blended Persian, Indian, and Islamic culture, creating wonders like the Taj Mahal. The empire made significant contributions to India, including a lasting impact on architecture, language, and cuisine, and was one of the world's richest and most powerful states. The empire reached its zenith under the Great Mughals, particularly under Akbar the Great, who ruled from 1556 to 1605. Their empire faded with the rise of British power in India. The legacy of empires. Every empire believed it would last forever, yet all eventually fell. They left behind architecture, language, culture, and lessons about power and unity. From the Romans' roads to the Ottomans' mosques, from British democracy to Chinese philosophy, their legacies still shape our world today. Empires may fall, but their stories live forever. Thanks for watching The Rise and Fall of Great Empires. Don't forget to subscribe for more epic journeys through history.